Hello YouTube! Do you want to know how to get these amazing new rainbow passives that are turquoise and just beautiful?
No!
Well, too bad, because I'm going to show you how. I'm going to show you how I got these Gobfins with Vampiric, Lucky, Mastery of Fasting, Internal Engine, and even Demon God just from Gobfins. Well, the method that I used to get this through the Gobfins, I actually found out about on Reddit. I was looking up how to get the new rainbow passives, and a lot of users actually commented about just going to Gobfin turf and just catching as many as they could, because the more you catch, the more chance to get a rainbow passive. Essentially, all you do is use Ultra Spheres and just spam them as many times as you can on Gobfins, and just catch as many as you can, because, hey, a rainbow passive's gotta pop up at one point. I will say though, the only caveat is that you do have to be pretty lucky. Luck does play a role using this method. Honestly, it plays a role in every single method to get a rainbow passive. This, I believe, is just the quickest one. So today I'll just be taking you guys through a live demonstration of me trying this out and seeing how it goes. The most optimal method is to craft a homing sphere launcher, because this will allow you to pump out a bunch of Ultra Spheres in any random direction and it'll go ahead and catch them, the Gobfins. This does unlock at level 55 though, so if you are low leveled, feel free to just throw the Ultra Spheres by itself. You could even use a lower level sphere. It's just that it won't guarantee a 100% catch rate every time, so it might take a few more spheres, but you can still go ahead and do that. It still works the same way. But if you are trying to use Ultra Spheres, I know it does take a lot of materials. Thankfully, I have an optimized setup where I can get a bunch of mats at the same time and then just go ahead and mass produce them. If you can't do that, consider setting it up. And if you aren't able to do even that, I'd say you should play the game and experience it a bit more before trying to farm for the most optimal passives for your pals. So if you're not at that point yet, don't even worry about it. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and try to get as much carbon fiber, as much cement, as much refined ingots as I can, as much palladium as I can, to just craft as many Ultra Spheres that's possible currently. And after that, we'll just go ahead and test this method out. So finally, I'm just gonna wait on the refined ingots, and then let's go and craft the Ultra Spheres. Okay, 179 Ultra Spheres is probably not enough, so after I just show you guys what the Gobfins are and what I have, then we can go catch them. I will say though, if you want to do this method, it's also good for condensing your Gobfins, because you require a lot to max out condensed Gobfins. And Gobfins are really good for boosting your attack. And if they have passives like Stronghold Strategist and Vanguard, it can also boost the player attack and defense as well. So either way, it's a win-win, so just use this method, honestly. Before I head to Gobfin Turf though, I'm going to just clear out my palbox first. I'll condense a bunch of pals just to free up some space, because using this method, not only does it require a lot of Ultra Spheres, but it requires a lot of palbox space to actually hold all those Gobfins. So you're gonna see me do that right now. I could condense my Bastigors, but most of them are locked, and that's a hassle. So let's see. Anubis looks good. Jormuntide, maybe. Shadowbeak, I don't know. I think I might just go ahead and try to condense the rest of my Anubises. I had a lot from the previous videos, so. Okay, let's go check how much space in our palbox we finally have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now that we have enough space, let's go back to our main base, get the rest of our Ultra Spheres that our Anubises and workers are working tirelessly to produce for us, and then let's finally get into this strat. Heading over to Gobfin's turf. I think it's like a level 30 area. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but you can just fast travel there. There's a fast travel point right beside, and it's really easy to access. Now that we're here, we can finally see that there's hella Gobfins around, like so many. I do have 3 times spawns on, so that's probably why there's a lot more. But even if you didn't have it on, all it's gonna do is just make it a bit more time consuming to get all the Gobfins you need. But just to get started, pull out your homing sphere launcher and just start spamming. Literally just start spamming at everything you see, every little blue shark you see. I like to zoom in, right click and then left click, or you can just left click. It has a homing module, so it'll literally just lock on to whatever targets you want. I think I realized here though that I was using my exotic spheres instead of my ultra spheres. That's a big oopsie. So make sure that you have the right spheres selected in your toolbox, so that you don't waste a bunch of legendary spheres or ultimate spheres or something. A quick tip is that if you spam a lot at once, let's say you do 5 towards one group of GOBFINs, not all 5 ultra spheres are going to be used. I think at most it will use like 3 or 4, and then some will go to waste. So if you want to optimize your sphere usage, I say put 2 or 3 at a time, wait for them to go into the catch animation, and then put another 2 or 3 to secure all of the GOBFINs within that spawn point. Okay, I spent around like 4 or 5 minutes just catching as many as I could, and I'm just gonna go back now because I think my palbox is almost full, and I'm just gonna check on if I actually did get any of the rainbow traits. I'm gonna be a little honest here. You do have to get lucky, as you'll see here. A little spoiler alert: the first round trying this, I got nothing. Like, I got some nice gold traits, but not a single rainbow trait. So luck does play a big role. I just want to give you this real demonstration of me actually doing it and getting a bit unlucky, because I want to be realistic here. Not every single one of you is going to go out there and get a bunch of rainbow traits on your first try. It takes a bit of time, or you just have to be a lucky motherfucker. However, when you compare this to like using Dr. Brawn, risking losing IVs, losing good passives, compare this to breeding, where you need cakes and all those materials, this one's a lot more faster, more efficient, and if you do it enough times, it's basically guaranteed. So take that with a grain of salt. Like, all these GOBFINs could go towards condensing to get those to max out your attack and defense. What are you gonna do when Dr. Brawn fucks up your pal? Like, personally, I've tried Dr. Brawn as well to try to get the rainbow passives. Not a single one has hit, and I've been trying it. I tried it for like 50 days in a row, and nothing, absolutely nothing. And then add in the time that it takes to actually find this guy and catch him. Nuh-uh. I think from this run I got 118 plus like 90 or something GOBFINs. Let's just say ballpark around 150. I think I got 150 GOBFINs. I don't know if you guys want to do the exact calculations of how many ultra spheres I used, but I'd say this first run around 150. Now I'm gonna go try this again. I'm gonna keep going until I run out of ultra spheres, and I'll get back to you with an update. Okay, this is gonna be my last few GOBFINs, because in a second you're gonna see when these GOBFINs start dropping on the ground. That's when you know your PAL box is 100% full. So I'm just gonna go back to my breeding base and just condense all of them real quick. I know you guys already saw it once, you probably don't want to watch it again, so I'm gonna do it off camera and I'll get back to you again. Oops, I forgot to check the PALs, the GOBFINs, if they have any good passives. So before I go ahead and condense them, which I'll show you off camera, let's go through all of these GOBFINs and see if I got anything. Surprise, surprise, after going through like 4 or 5 or 6 pages of them, still nothing, bro. Like, what is going on? Was I just really lucky the first time around? Like, I don't get it. At this point, these little blue sharks deserve to be fed into a condenser, because you guys are absolutely useless. Like, do you see how many I've caught? How many ultra spheres I've used? Like, so many people have been recommending this method, and honestly I was recommending it too, because hey, I got a bunch of rainbow passives the first try. But I think this just brings the perspective of someone who's unlucky into the picture, because doing this a second time around, it seems like even with 500 or something ultra spheres, I got jack shit. Okay, these are my final 3 ultra spheres. Let's pray to God that we get something. because I better not have just spent 500 Ultra Spheres for nothing. You still do have to give this method credit though, because I think this whole process took max 15 minutes. And this included me going back and making pal space. So it is still really efficient. If you're even a bit luckier than me, you're gonna get it like within the first 2 or 300 Ultra Spheres. You might even get multiple. And I just want to reiterate, compared to like Dr. Brawn or breeding, this method still is the best. It is why everyone is still recommending this method, if you do go on Reddit, and why some other creators are recommending this method. But it doesn't always work out, because I just went through another 7 pages of GOBFINs and there wasn't a single rainbow trait. So this goes to show that this method can be ass sometimes. So if this has ever happened to any of you guys, please leave a comment down below. I think this is a good time to ask you to subscribe as well for more content just like this. But I'm just gonna do a real quick tally at the end, after showing you my GOBFINs that did get the rainbow traits when I did this before. After that, I think I'm just gonna tally up how many GOBFINs I caught total. So you guys got a little preview at the start of the video, but now I'm just gonna go into more detail into which ones exactly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6 GOBFINs. I think 1 was Eternal Engine, 1 was Master of Fasting, 1 Demon God, 1 Vampiric, and 2 Luckies. If you are looking for Legend or like Siren of the Void though, those are going to be impossible to get through just mass capturing GOBFINs, because those only spawn on legendary pals or specific pals like Bellinor. So if you want those, leave a comment down below. Maybe I'll show you a guide on how to get it. But for now, we're just going to show this general method that works for the majority of rainbow passives. Now, after condensing our final GOBFIN, let's go ahead and start tallying up how many GOBFINs I actually caught. So I think 1 4-star GOBFIN is 118 normal GOBFINs, and I think we got like 5 4-stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 times 118. What is 5 times 118? 5 times 118 is 590. So I caught around 590. I'd say 550 because the last GOBFIN's not actually 4-star, 3-star. So let's say I caught around 550 GOBFINs and still got nothing. Jack shit. Wow. Did I just waste 15 minutes? Okay, but 15 minutes isn't even that much, to be fair. So yeah. Well, that's honestly the end of today's video. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's funny because my last video got me like 30 extra subscribers. You know, the 1v3 Holy Burst Anubis one? That one got me 30 subs. So maybe asking really does do something. So peace out.